hurt your productivity. That's not even a freaking word. What am I thinking of? Reproductive system? I'm reading Brave New World right now. It's great.
Blind, no sunglasses, there's no light, no sky. All blind, no sunglasses, there's no light, no sky. All blind, no sunglasses, there's no light, no sky. All blind, no sunglasses, there's no light, no sky.
Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you my 5 tips to keeping my life nice and organized, and I'm just going to jump right into the video, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So my first hint is to make checklists. I have a huge to-do list of everything that I need done, and I like to prioritize the items on my list, so I know like this is something that needs to be done tomorrow, and this is something that can maybe wait like to do whenever, a month from now, it doesn't really matter. So I prioritize my checklist, and I also make really small tasks. So instead of like read a book, I say read a chapter, so that I can feel more accomplished when I check more boxes off. But on the other hand, sometimes people like to make tasks that are a bit bigger, like read a book, so that it doesn't look like they have as much on their to-do list, because the size of tasks that you put on your checklist can greatly change the length of your checklist. And if you're somebody who will look at a long list of tasks and be like, oh my gosh, I have so much I have to do, and get really stressed out, you should just overarch all of those tasks and make big bullets for you to do. This is probably sounding really confusing, but it makes a lot of sense in my head. The main reason that I make checklists personally is so that I can just get it out of my head. So like if I'm sitting at dinner with my family and I think, I need to clean my room, or I need to do this, then instead of sitting there while I'm trying to enjoy a meal with my family and like thinking about it, I can just put it onto my to-do list, put it onto a piece of paper, and completely forget about it, because I know that it's somewhere that I constantly look, and so I'll know to do it when I check my to-do list. My second hint is to schedule yourself. You should always have a calendar, whether it's on technology or paper. I prefer paper mainly because my calendar is adorable and it's paint chips and I love it, but always keep a calendar. And my hints for calendars are only schedule things that are like appointments or dependent upon other people. So like I have my ACT, I have a few meetings that I have, and I have all of the times that I babysit or haircut, but I don't put things like that are on my to-do list, like film a video, because I want to allow myself flexibility. And when you don't put that many things on here, your calendar doesn't get cluttered, and it will look nice and clean and not stress you out when you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing that day. So it's also easier to remember the less that's on it. So I like to keep my calendar hanging on the back of my door, and yeah. So my third hint is to manage your surroundings. If you have a really cluttered area where you do work or you're trying to get things done, it becomes really difficult, at least for people like me, to actually work in that environment. So you should keep places like your desk and your closet and your bedroom clean, so that none of the clutter can distract you. And the easiest way to do this is, one, if you have a friend like me who loves cleaning and like goes to her friend's house and cleans their room, you can invite that person over, have a sleepover, clean your room, like a really deep clean. Make sure that everything has a place and that you know where that place is, not just your friend. And then the second tip would be to maintain it by like 5 minutes a night before you sit down to read or go to bed. Just spend that 5 minutes picking up your room, and it will really keep your room really clean. This is actually something that a girl I used to be friends with when I was like in elementary school taught me, and if I spend 5 minutes every night, my room will stay clean for weeks. It's like, phew. So yeah, just make sure that your surroundings are clean, because the more cluttered, the less productive you will be. Also, I'll be sure to link my how to organize your closet video I made a year ago in my old house to show you guys how to tackle really big organizational tasks, because I believe that your closet is probably one of the biggest and hardest things to organize in your life. And so if you can manage that, I am certain that you can manage anything else in your surroundings. So my next hint is for the procrastinators out there. This is something that I found really helps me and gets me motivated to like clean my room or do my homework. It really helped with homework this year. So what I do is I get a jar. I used to use a mason jar, but I have this little piggy bank that's Madeline, if you remember that from like childhood. Yeah. So I take this jar and I take my to-do list and I make little slips of paper that have things that are on my to-do list. Right now I only have 2 things, yay! But I make little slips of paper and I write what I need to do on them, and then I fold them up the same way, all of them, and I put them in here and then I shake it around, and I include things like 5-minute breaks or watch Parks and Rec because those are fun and they kind of break up all of the things that I have to do, and I shake them up and then I draw one. And this helps me because it allows me to focus on one thing instead of being like, oh my gosh, I have all of these things to do. Even when you look into the jar and you see lots of like papers in there, you don't know what any of them are, and some of them are really fun, so it doesn't stress you out like all of the things that you have to do. And this is a game that I do when I'm cleaning my room or things like that, and I do small tasks once again so I can keep myself going. This is really a game where you have to use small tasks because you want them to be like 5-minute or less things that you like keep going with. And what I do is I set playlist on my laptop, so like when I'm cleaning my room I have a 10-minute playlist that I call Chill Clean, and it has like a few of my favorite songs, and then I just play music to help myself time like how long I'm doing whatever task I'm doing. My 5th and final hint is to know yourself. So if you're somebody who gets distracted by people or like texting or Facebook messaging, unplug for the time that you're playing the game or doing whatever that you're doing. And if music is something that distracts you and makes you want to sing and dance around your room, guilty sometimes, don't play music, just do your tasks. Also, if being unorganized isn't hurting your productivity, there's no reason to change who you are. These are just tips to help you if you're finding yourself in situations where you're not turning in homework, or you're not getting the things that your parent asks you to get done, or you feel really stressed because there are just so many things for you to do. I'm not trying to change anyone, I'm just trying to help you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found at least one, if not all of my tips to be really helpful. And if you try any of these things and they work for you, let me know in the comments down below or on my social media, which is also linked below. And you can feel free to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. And I hope you guys are all having an amazing and wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!